Good morning. Uh, so today we will see the mobility and the handoff management in the wireless network. Now, with the increasing demand for the new data and real-time services, the wireless network should support calls with a different traffic characteristic and a different quality service. Different quality service guarantees. So, in addition, various wireless technologies and network exist currently that can satisfy a different needs and requirement of a mobile user. Since these different wireless network act as a complementary to each other in terms of their capabilities and suitability for different application. Integration of this network will enable the mobile users to be always connected to the best available access network depending on their requirement. So this integration of heterogeneous network will however lead to the access technologies and the network protocols. Now handoff management we can also call handoff can also be called as a handover. So handoff or handover management for maintaining the connection with mobile terminal is three-stage process. So the first stage consists of initiation of identifying the need for handoff. At second stage, the new sources for the handoff connection must be found and any additional routing operation must be performed. What is the first stage? First stage consists of initiation of identification, the need for handoff. Second stage consists of the new resources for the handoff connection must be found and any additional routing operations must be performed. Under the network controlled handoff or mobile assisted handoff, the network takes the control of the procedure while the mobile terminal does the job for the mobile control handoff. And the third, that is the final stage, is a data flow control where the delivery of the data from the old connection path to the new connection path is maintained according to agreed upon a service guarantees. So for efficient delivery of services to the mobile users, the next generation wireless network require new mechanism of mobility management where the location of every user is proactively determined before the service is delivered. So moreover, for designing an adaptive communication protocol, the various existing mobility management schemes are to be seamlessly integrated. So the design issue of number of mobility management schemes have been considered. Now handoff are of the two kinds depending upon the conditions under which they takes place. Handoff are of two kinds depending upon the conditions under which they takes place. So intra-cell handoff and inter-cell handoff. One is intra-cell, other is inter-cell handoff. Now intra-cell handoff occurs when the user's call has to be transferred to a new radio channel of appropriate strength at the same base station due to the deterioration of the present channel signal strength, and the intercell handoff occur when the user moves into an adjacent cell and all of the terminals connection must be transferred to a new base station. So handoff can be distinguished between the soft and hard, which is already covered, based on the signaling diversity kept throughout the operation. Now what happened in soft handoff? During the soft handoff, a terminal is connected to a multiple base station simultaneously and uses some form of signaling diversity to combine the multiple signals. So in the hard handoff, on the other hand, a terminal stays connected to only one base station at a time, clearing the connection with the former base station immediately before or after establishing a connection with the target base station. So issue on system management for the handoff are minimizing the signaling load on the network, optimizing the route for each connection, and efficient bandwidth reassignment. Now, what is mobility management? Now, with the coverage of the internet and wireless mobile communication, and with the rapid growth in the number of mobile subscribers, the mobility management emerges as it is one of the most important and challenging problem for wireless mobile communication over the internet. So mobility management enables the serving network to locate a mobile subscriber's point of attachment for delivering a data packet, that is a location management, and maintain a mobile subscriber's connection as it continue to change its point of attachment. So the issue and functionalities of these activities we'll see here. Now first is the location management. So location management enables the network to track the location of mobile nodes. Location management has two major subtasks. One is location registration and second is call delivery or paging. So in location registration procedure, the mobile node periodically sends a specific signal to inform the network of its current location so that the location database is kept updated, and the call delivery procedure is invoked after the completion of the location registration. So based on the information that has been registered in the network during the location registration, the call delivery procedure queries the network about the exact location of the mobile device so that call may be delivered successfully. Now the design of location management scheme must address the issues like first issue is minimization of signaling overhead and latency in the service delivery. Second, meeting the guarantee quality of the services application. And third, in a fully overlapping area where the several wireless network coexist, an efficient and robust algorithm must be designed so as to select the network through which a mobile device should perform a registration, deciding on where and how frequently the location information should be stored, and how to determine the exact location of mobile device within a specific time frame. So handoff management, it is the process by which a mobile node keeps its connection active when it moves from one access point to another. So there are three stages in handoff process. The first stage is the initiation of handoff. The first stage is the initiation of the handoff, which is triggered by either the mobile device or a network agent or the changing network condition. The second stage is for a new connection generation, where the network must find a new resource for the handoff connection and perform any additional routing operation. And finally, the data flow control needs to maintain the delivery of the data from the old connection path to the new connection path according to the agreed upon a QoS guarantees. Mobile communication system revolutionized the way people communicate and cooperate. So during the past few decades, the telecommunication field has witnessed a marvelous evolution which impacted all the aspects of our life. Since the appearance of the first generation, that is 1G, that is analog cellular telephony, during 1980s, mobile industry has witnessed a continuous evolution almost each decade. So each generation introduced a new technology and new architecture. The mobile devices such as the PC and the smartphones are evolving largely since they are most useful and suitable means of communication that are not limited by a place and time. So having a continuously connected environment and being surrounded by actively smart and intelligent devices is definitely going to revolutionize human beings daily life in the next year with the evolution of mobile cloud computing. So depending on the movement of mobile devices, it may undergo various type of handoff. In broad sense, handoff may be intra, and the intra means we can also call it as a horizontal handoff, and inter-system handoff means it can also be called as a vertical handoff. So handoff in the homogeneous network are referred to as a intra-system handoff, and this type of handoff occur when the signal strength of the serving base station goes below a certain threshold value. An inter-system handoff between the heterogeneous network may arise in the scenario like the first is when a user moves out of the serving network and enter an overlying network, and second when user connected to a network choose to hand off to an underlying or overlaid network for his or her service requirement. And the third is when the overall load on the network is required to be distributed among the different systems. So the design of handoff management technique in all IP-based next generation wireless network must address the issues. The first is signaling overhead and power requirement for processing the handoff message should be minimized. QoS guarantee must be made. Third, network resource should be efficiently used. And the fourth is the handoff mechanism should be scalable, reliable, and robust. The mobility management at a different layer. The number of mobility management mechanism in homogeneous network have been presented. The mobility management in a heterogeneous network is much more complex issue, and usually it involves a different layer of a TCP/IP protocol stack. Several mobility management protocol have been proposed for the next generation all IP wireless network. Depending on the layer of communication protocol that is commonly used, and this mechanism can be classified into three categories: the protocol at network layer, protocol at the link layer, and the cross layer protocol. So network layer mobility protocol use the messages at IP layer and are agnostic of the underlying wireless access technologies. Then link layer mobility mechanism provide the mobility related features in the underlying radio system, and the additional gateways are usually required to be deployed to handle the inter-operating issue when roaming across heterogeneous access network. So in the link layer protocol, the handoff signals are transmitted through a wireless link, and therefore these protocols are tightly coupled with the specific wireless technologies. So mobility supported at the link layer is also called access mobility, or we can say a link layer mobility. Then the cross layer protocol are common for handoff management, and these protocol aim to achieve a network layer handoff with the help of a communication and signaling from the link layer. So by receiving and analyzing in advance the signal strength reports and the information regarding the direction of the movement of the mobility mobile node from the link layer, the system gets ready for the network layer handoff so that the packet loss is minimized and latency is reduced. Now the major characteristic that made the major characteristic which made the wireless cellular communication system and indispensable is mobility. So handover means what? It is the process of achieving a continuous service as that user moves in between the cells. So handover is needed during the cell crossing or a signal quality degradation in the current channel. So during handover there is a switching among the network and thereby transfer users to another user or base station. Now the fundamental of 5G is heterogeneous network, and in such a network seamless handover is non-negotiable. The phases of handover are discovery, decision and execution. Now network discovery finds appropriate network that satisfies a user desired queries. The decision phase is when the handover should take place, also known as handover initiation phase. So these phases determine the status of handover. So wrong time of initiation lead to the unnecessary handover, or the call drop rate is increased and thereby result to poor queues. Therefore, handover should take place at the right time by a trigger handover decision considering all the parameters properly to ensure QoS is not affected and unnecessary handover is avoided. We have already seen that the horizontal handover is also called as intra-technology handover, and it is handover between the base station of the same network interface, for example 3G to 3G, and this is common in homogeneous system like GSM and CDMA network. Then vertical handover is also called as a inter-technology handover, and it is a handover which occur between the two network of the different, that is 3G to 4G. So vertical handover require both layer 2 means data link layer, and layer 3 to complete the handover procedure successfully. So protocol layers involved are: one is the data link layer, which is based handover, network layer based handover, and cross layer based handover. Now there are two different things, that is who initiate the handover and who control the handover process. One is mobile initiated based handover, network initiated based handover, network controlled based handover, mobile controlled based handover, mobile assisted based handover, and network assisted based handover. So some of the commonly used parameters are RSSI, SNR, that is signal to noise ratio, distance, velocity, network coverage, delay, power consumption, etc. Now the signaling traffic result with a poorly designed handover scheme and eventually lead to a pure queues. So cellular communication system is divided into the cell of disjoint subset of frequency band to avoid a co-channel interference. Therefore, the handover is needed. So negotiation continues among the mobile station, the potential base station new and the base station old. The effect of handover in mobile communications is enormous. So an ineffective handover lead to the problems such as poor utilization of bandwidth, system overload, call blocking, call termination, packet loss, and poor QoS. Now, in hard handover, the serving station is released before new resources can be committed. Therefore, there is always a gap in the communication because the mobile terminal cannot simultaneously communicate with two access points, that is old and new. And the soft handover here, the mobile connection with the neighboring base station new is the first established, after which the base station old is released. So with this algorithm, handover failure is required because a connection is established before breaking away from the old. It also offers a first base station selection. Though so this is slightly same as that of the soft, except that it occurs between the two different sectors of the same cell. In handover initiation phase, in order to search for the new access link for the network entity has to identify needs for the handover, and it is done by discovering an available access link, selecting appropriate link, finally making handover negotiation with the new access. In handover preparation phase, it concerns the link layer connectivity setup and IP connectivity, and the key role in the handover preparation is in handover decision. So it uses a general metric to assist the design algorithm. In the traffic connection phase, once the network identifies the need for the handover and makes its preparation, it starts the handover execution phase by transferring a handover signaling, context transfer, and the data packet from the previous point of attachment path of the to the new path in order to continue the immense data session.